What's going on, guys? This is Editor D, and it's been, I don't know, forever since I've posted. Here it is, my first PC gameplay, playing a little Battlefield 3, obviously. And I wanted to start off with an episode of Highs, Lows, and Chats for you guys, but I screwed up my own audio channel last night. All my friends sounded great. I sound like total ass. It's all blown out. I just had the mic up too hot. Didn't realize it. So that didn't happen, but I thought today I would go ahead and post something just to let you guys know I'm still alive and I'm still thinking about you. And I wanted to talk about my growing pains switching from Xbox to PC, because it has been a little bit of a pain, but in the end I am really starting to enjoy it, and I kind of love it now. And I also want to talk a little bit about Battlefield 4 and where that's going and what I think of that. Let's have a little discussion. Okay, so my first major problem when switching to PC was that I don't know Windows, or at least I didn't know Windows at all, and it was very difficult at first. I was like plugging my way around. I've been a Mac guy since the beginning. Most professional editors work on Macs. I'd probably say 95% of them do, and I've been doing it for 12 years, so I haven't touched Windows ever. Learning it was a bit of a pain, but you know, now that I do, it's no big deal. You have to learn another skill. So I tried to look at it in a positive way. At first, I was complaining my ass off. You know, some of my friends can verify that. I was really kind of pissy with the PC at first, because it was like, well, this doesn't work, and this doesn't work, and that's not the way I want it, and why isn't it simpler? And you know, so I had to sort of embrace the fact that everything is adjustable. There's little programs you can purchase or plug in, and all these things to get things working. You know, like I was even using my left thumbstick thing that I used with my Zem 3 on the Xbox so that I could run around with a thumbstick instead of a WASD. Since then, I've made the switch to the keyboard, and I'm getting used to using WASD, and it's fine. You know, like once you get used to it, it's no big deal. I don't necessarily think one's better than the other, but I do like having all the other keys there and being able to map everything to my keyboard. Being able to map everything to the mouse the way I want it is truly a beautiful thing. I really love that. So, and that's quite the opposite of a console. The beauty of a console is that you get the simplicity of being able to just plug it up, grab the controller, and go, and everything is there ready, already thought out. And that is a nice thing, and a lot of people really enjoy that. And I can't tell them they're wrong. I don't think they are wrong. So it comes down to a personal preference. Now, of course, the graphics and the playability do seem to be a lot better on the PC, at least for Battlefield 3 that I've noticed. It seems like everything works a lot better. I definitely like getting all those frames per second, and everything looks cleaner. The effects are better, yes. But of course, the Xbox was a much older system, and I've got a very current PC running. So that's no big surprise there, but it is something that I thoroughly am enjoying. And please don't start some console PC battle. I don't care about that stuff. I think you should play on what you can afford, on where your friends are, and you know, just enjoy gaming, and don't fucking be cynical and try to make other people feel like shit because they don't have the same thing as you. I hate that. I hate cynicism in gaming. It is so ridiculously widespread in gaming, and it just sucks. And I'm hugely guilty of it myself, and I've been trying lately to not be that guy anymore. You know, I used to be greatly cynical of this kind of shit, and it's just a terrible thing. I'm actually going to put a link in the description to a video by Conan O'Brian talking about cynicism, and I wish all gamers would watch it and just think twice about it. You know, like, it's just such a bad thing. Everybody seems to try to make everybody else feel like shit about stupid things like, oh, I'm on a PC and you're on Xbox, so you suck and you're stupid, meh, meh, meh. You know, that's just, cut that shit out. And the other thing is cynicism with games in general and developers. I think that gamers have this entitlement about them that they think that because they spent $60 on a game, the game should be exactly 100% the way they think it should be. It's like, no, you're part of a gigantic community, and they can't please everyone all the time. Yes, the developers have a responsibility to the people that pay for their dinners, the people that put food on their tables. So, of course, they should listen to the community. But at the same time, I think gamers need to learn to be happy with what they get. Games today are unbelievably good. Especially coming from somebody who started playing on like Burger Time on an Intellivision, or Super Mario Brothers. I mean, it's a pretty damn good time to be a gamer right now. But so anyway, that's my rant on cynicism. Maybe people will start to focus on some of the positive things. I certainly am trying to do it myself because it is a lesson I've had to learn because I have been greatly cynical in the past. And it just doesn't help me. So anyway, let's talk about something else now. So as far as the rest of my growing pains with the PC, it was also getting to the recording stages. I went through different apps, like Fraps, and I finally settled on DX Story, but I was even doing things like feeding the image to my iMac and recording on that, but I was having problems with the audio channels. So anyway, I've got it all figured out. Originally recording on DX Story, I was having problems with enormous file sizes that are just ridiculous and completely unnecessary. So I've got the codecs I want. I've got audio streaming the way I want, so I can separate out all the audio channels of all the voices and the game audio. And it's kind of an editor's dream for me. I'll be able to make really great episodes of Highs, Lows, and Chats where you can hear everyone, and I'll also be able to pull that audio out when I want to do montages, if I can get time to do montages and things like that. So it's all set up the way I want now, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. Okay, so Xbox One and PS4. I know some people are wondering if I'm going to get a console. Right now, my answer is no. I don't plan on getting one. I don't really see the reason for me to get one because I do have this PC and I'm lucky enough to have it, so I should use it. So, yeah, I don't really know. It seems like PS4 is winning this console battle that they always have, and obviously it's due to the fact that Xbox screwed up with gamers by not really understanding that they care about games, they care about graphics, they care about how much it costs, and most hardcore gamers don't really care for Kinect. They definitely don't want to be connected to the internet all the time. They definitely want to be able to share their games or sell them. I kind of understand that as a company they're trying to make more money. I hate it, but that's what they do. So I think graphically and stuff, I don't really see that there's going to be a huge difference between the other ones. And once again, trying not to be a cynical guy, I think what's great for the consoles is they're going to get a nice boost upgrade in hardware, so they'll be able to play Battlefield 4 with 64 players at 60 frames a second. That is huge. That's going to be so great for console players. And, I don't know. Will people switch over to PS4? Probably. But if you're on an Xbox One, should you feel like shit about it? No. You know what? Enjoy the games. Play with your buds on Xbox One. So at the moment, I don't really have much to say about the console war, and that's basically about it. I just don't think I'm going to grab one. So things change with me. I might end up getting one. It depends on what's going on with my buddies. But I'm trying to push them all over to the PC side. I've got friends of mine that are also designers that, of course, own a Mac, and Macs are not cheap. So they're able to put Windows on the Mac. And you know what? The iMacs will run games quite well. Very well, actually. So it's not a bad thing. But anyway, that's kind of where I am on that area. So that being said, I am greatly looking forward to Battlefield 4. Will I play Call of Duty? Of course I will. I think Battlefield and Call of Duty, they are very different games. I think Call of Duty is great in the fact that it's very twitchy and fun and quick and crisp, and There's, you know, all that stuff. I played a ton of Black Ops 2, as you probably know, and I loved it. I thought it was the best Call of Duty yet. And I think Battlefield is just too different. I think the way you play, the strategies and stuff are very different. So I never have gotten that whole war between the two. I know it's whatever. It's like, which one's better? You know, they're both different. I'll play them both. That being said, Battlefield 4 to me is looking really great, and I'm kind of most excited about that. I feel like what Battlefield 4 will be is what they wanted Battlefield 3 to be, and it's had enough time to evolve into a much better game. There are a lot of changes. You know, graphically it's not going to look a whole lot different, but it looks like the effects are going to be much better. There are going to be improvements, and that's nice. You know, I don't dislike the way Battlefield 3 looks, so I'm okay with that. It doesn't have to be a completely changed game every time. I'm actually more interested in the fact that they're fixing a lot of things, they're changing things, and making the playability better. You know, it just makes a better game. The experience is going to be better. So some of the things that I'm really looking forward to, 5-man squads, that'll be nice, especially since I typically have about 5 friends that I play with. I really like that they're doing things like giving C4 back to Recon like it was in Bad Company 2. Looks like the C4 is going to be able, you're going to be able to throw it a little bit. Not like you could in Bad Company 2, which was a little ridiculous, I admit. Fun, but ridiculous. It's going to slide, so you can actually slide it out like a hockey puck, I think. Of course, this is all speculation based on what we've been seeing and what I've been getting off of other YouTubers' pages that, you know, the elite that were able to go to E3. And stuff like being able to swim underwater to get away from bullets, and the fact that you're going to have your handgun out when you're in water so you can actually shoot and defend yourself. That's really great. No more just a sitting duck in water. You're going to be able to do things like, you're going to be able to tweak your gadgets out so that gadget 1 and 2 slot are pretty independent, I believe. Don't quote me on this, but I think you're going to be able to, you have your list of gadgets and you can put the combination, any two, in those 2 slots. So you don't have like slot 1 and slot 2 and they both are different lists. It's the same list and you just pick which 2 you want, which is really nice. Of course, there's going to be a lot of new attachments for weapons and all that kind of stuff, which is great, you know. I think the look of the atmosphere, they're making some really great changes with that whole smoke effect and stuff they're putting on, the dust. Like when the building falls, there's going to be dust all over the map for a while. That's, you know, these things that immerse you in the game are things that I really enjoy because I think it just makes the experience more fun. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking forward to. I don't really care that it's not a complete rework of a game. That would be kind of ridiculous, especially since it's only been a little over a year. Vehicles are going to have different aspects as far as like when you get hit, you don't just repair anywhere. And once again, this is speculation and based off of some other people talking about it that were there to play it. But you actually have to repair like the side of the vehicle, like the tracks that got blown out there. I believe that could be wrong, but things like that I think are going to be really nice. The fact that they're sort of revamping the way that the disabling of the vehicle works, and I like that. I like they're improving that. Suppression is going to be greatly reduced, which is so much better. And it's going to be more reserved for guns like the LMG that have more of a suppression effect, where if you're using like a P90 inside, there pretty much won't be any suppression. And I think that is very smart too. Here's me trying to meat shield. Oh gosh, I love that stuff. But I also think the changes to the perks is really smart. It's now on a slider. You don't set it yourself, and you don't have like double perks, you know, where 2 people are both carrying extra grenades, and it's a problem because that happened all the time. But now it's a slider. As your squad works together, the more they heal each other, the more they give each other ammo, the more they just stay alive and play. The slider goes up and you start getting perks added on over time. And then when you get wiped, it goes back down to the bottom. So you have to work together and you're rewarded well for working together, which is great, you know, because teamwork is so important in Battlefield. There will be smaller health packs like first aid kits and smaller little ammo boxes that you'll be able to equip instead of the large one. You'll still have the large one that sits on the ground and does what it does in Battlefield 3, but in Battlefield 4 you'll be able to actually throw these little packs like onto your teammates, and it will stay with them and they can run with it. So they'll get, I don't exactly know how it works, obviously. I don't know if it runs out after a certain amount of time or what, but it doesn't heal as much or doesn't give you as much ammo, but they can run with it. They go, or you can throw it across to give it to them. So once again, I don't know exactly how it works, but that's great. There's another option. I think that will work well. There are actually so many changes, it would take forever to even talk about it right now. There are a lot of YouTube videos out there with people that went to E3 that can talk about that stuff, and even they don't really know a whole lot yet because they were playing pre-alpha. So anyway, I think it's going to be fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks again, guys, for sticking with me through my long hiatuses of not posting. I really do appreciate it. You guys are great. Throw some comments down there. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. I do try to respond as much as possible to the comments, and I do enjoy reading them. That's about it for me right now. I'm going to try to get some more stuff posted. I really am. Hopefully some highs, lows, and chats coming up, or maybe some DayZ footage or Wasteland. We'll see. It just depends on the way things go. Thanks a lot, guys. I will talk to you later.